regardless.
Check.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
So you are going to be hosting this one.
Okay.
Make sure Keith's is facing the right way.
It's always in a weird spot. I can't drink out of that.
Well, no, just for the start.
I need a
Just for the
straw.
start.
Okay.
A straw. We need an intro. We need to say something.
Welcome to the show.
What's our show name?
I don't know.
We still don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Give us grace. This is our first one.
That's organized. Okay, cheers. So today's beer is Keith's.
Nova Scotia.
It's always great. Keith's is always great.
Yeah, I'm the host.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say today's beer is great. It brings Briar's roots to life. We're gonna just go with Canadian beers. Let's say
Canadian
that.
beers.
Canadian
We'll do
beers.
Canadian
It's not gonna always be craft. It's gonna be Canadian beers.
Canadian beers. We'll do Canadian beers.
The one thing that I think we're missing is just talking a little bit about the beer or some aspect, because it's just that now we look like two drunks drinking beer on a podcast.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, Alexander Keats.
Alexander Keats. I've been to the
Sponsor coming soon.
Yeah, you guys pull us out there. We'd love to do I've been to the Keats Brewery. Super cool place.
Very nice.
When I was there though, it was packed with a bunch of accountants. I guess Deloitte flies out all their accountants.
to Keats?
It was to Nova Scotia. They had a conference.
I see.
And it was absolutely packed in the city.
Yeah.
And we're like, why is everyone dressed like
in suits?
No, they're in the Lululemon ABCs. But the entire city, we were confused.
Luca knows his Lulus.
I do know my Lulus. And we finally asked, and they're like, yeah, there's a Deloitte conference. So every hotel was booked out. And then, yeah, they had an event.
And what were you there for?
I was there for Phillips at the time.
Right.
Yeah. But I digress. That was just fun. Keith's great. If you guys ever want to have us out there and we can talk about tech and beer there, we would love to be there.
Yes. Okay. So anyways, welcome to our first full organized podcast.
Yes.
Built to scale.
Built to scale.
So I'm Briar. This is Luca. We're going to be talking about a few different things today, but my background, Bateman Fine Cabinetry.
And my background is ScaleUp Spaces.
Yeah. So let's dive in. So for the last 3 years, I've had Bateman Fine Cabinetry, learning the ins and outs of what really is happening in the building industry. More and more times we're seeing customers with a lack of visualization skills. And what ends up happening is they're not confident to make decisions. So decisions are getting made later, they're changing. You're constantly trying to stay up with the most up-to-date paperwork, which version is the true version, as everything gets adapted. There was one job we were changing placement of units as we're building, which is very difficult to do. So that was the things that we were seeing within the industry for Batemans, and we were trying to figure out how can we become more organized earlier in order to prevent everybody headaches, and then that's kind of where the scale up.
Then we brought in ScaleUp Spaces into the back of the Bateman showroom. It's been great so far. It's definitely an organic flow from coming in, kind of looking at some of the existing units that are out there, seeing the quality, just getting a hands-on feel. But then when you go through your design process, you have your designer work with you right here in ScaleUp Spaces, plan everything. You come back and then you can actually tour all your cabinets in 2D and 3D in a 1-to-1 scale space and make all those decisions come to life.
Yeah. So, and the reason for the podcast really is educational purposes. Really, we just want to share what's out there, what we're seeing, really educate everybody that watches this kind of what we see the trends are going in terms of not only design but in business and innovation and kind of construction, I guess, too.
Yeah, just it's a lot of like seeing um what's happening, especially in our area, because I think the global market is quite different depending on where you are, especially in cabinetry. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know like Scandinavia is a little more advanced and they do things a little bit differently, but like what's happening here, especially locally, what's working,
Yeah.
what's the new tech that's coming out, and how can we,
And
you
how
know,
does it advance the construction industry that
yeah,
hasn't really changed with tech, but it's, or I shouldn't say that, has continually changed with tech, but in more advances as of lately in terms of smart tech, even in homes and different things like that.
yeah, like think about even I think, one thing in terms of the smart tech is like I think most people have like smart switches in their houses now, or like some sort of like Alexa or Google.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll chat through some of those, and our goal is to bring in local guests, what they're doing, what they're implementing in their
Yeah.
business to just make life a little bit easier and make uh you know from our side design easier, construction easier, and yeah, we're both into tech. So if you've got any ideas or want to
Yeah.
showcase anything, let us know. Um, we're always open to it.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's dive in. So we're like, so obviously this podcast is to talk about, scale up spaces a little bit. What is scale up? As many of you guys probably don't know what scale up is. Luke and I have been in it for the last year and a bit, so we know exactly what it is. But why don't you kind of tell us what scale up is? Where did it kind of originate from? How you see it advancing the building industry as a whole, and then maybe I'll dive in a little bit about Bateman's aspect of it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, so I came up with this idea about I don't know, over a year ago now. It
Yeah.
was I was in Europe. I know for the longest time while Briar was like building Bateman's, I'd I'd come in and I knew they've been around for 40 years. They've had a lot of the same team that's been in here building these cabinets, kitchens, just everything that's been around for so long. Um, but I was always, what I've seen in my personal life and in my professional life is everything is continuously evolving, and especially today, it's at a rapid rate. So I was like, Briar, I know you're hopping into this. I know you're taking over a brand that's been around for so long. People love it, people trust it, but how are you going to make that change in the industry? Like, what is going to set you up apart from previous ownership? How are you going to put your stamp on it? And I think it took a little bit of time. Like Briar spent some time learning and growing Bateman's, within Bateman's,
Mm-hmm.
let's say that. And I'd come up to him with many ideas. He'd sent me ideas, and nothing just felt right for a while. And then once I was in Romania, I was working remote there, and one day it just kind of clicked. I was like, hey, I called Briar up immediately. I was like, how much space do you have in the back? I know you've got that empty space behind the showroom. Are you doing anything with it right now? And he was he you
Well,
basically were like,
basically, we weren't really doing too much with it. We were
yeah,
kind of in limbo, trying to figure out what the best course of action was. How do we capitalize on this square footage that we have?
yeah. And I asked him, I was like, so how much space is there? And he's like, well, we got about like 5,000 square feet, but it's a bit of an awkward shape. Like I was like, how can we? What's your? Can we square it off? Can we make it a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
an easier footprint? And he's like, yeah, I think we got 2,000 square feet to work with. Um,
Of clear working space.
Clear working space, nothing like no
No.
posts in the way. It was just it was perfect. So then, yeah, I pitched him this idea of like, hey, let's put blueprints on the ground, make it easier for your customers to actually make decisions. Show them their kitchen, show them their cabinet, show them basically what they've got before it's ever built. And then we can scale that. Like, let's take it from just Bateman's being in Oro, but bring it across Canada. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we can basically have a design studio across the country for not just cabinets, like
No, but for entire
for
projects.
entire projects, but for us, you know, you're coming in with that project. You'll need cabinets regardless. So let's help you do that. We
Yeah.
can ship all across Canada, and you'll get the great craftsmanship. And he's like, yeah, that sounds
Well, at the
awesome.
end of the day, I'm like anything to bring customers into Bateman's earlier.
Yeah,
Like,
and be that innovative next step for the construction
right,
industry. Like it
right.
was, I don't know. I felt like the stars had aligned, and we were on the phone quite a bit, and
Trying to
time
figure
zone.
this all out because
Yeah,
like we knew nothing about projections and what was required and how it all worked. We just had an idea and we're calling all our friends to try to figure out
how do we get this
how do we
to
even
happen?
put two projectors side by side. Like what? Like where do you even start?
Yeah. So that was basically the dream we had,
Yeah.
the vision. We feel it. We know that there's a need to some degree, um, and that innovative next step in design.
Yeah.
So that's where it all began. And then for about a year, we've been working on the actual business. We've been building the space, making sure that everything works in one-to-one scale, getting the right technology, bringing the right tools in,
Making
and
them right partnerships.
yeah, connecting with the right people to have
Really
the
make this happen.
yeah the expertise in house to make it work, and finally building like we've got like a nice front space, so it feels a bit more cozy. You come in, you know you're getting that personal touch. I had some friends come to finally see the shop and see the space, and I showed them around, and basically a lot of the ideas that we had, they're like, oh wow, like I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when the one thing that I want to do and make sure that when we are working with any customers is I want them to feel like they're getting the red carpet service. I want them to go, wow, I feel
Special.
comfortable, confident, and special. Like I'm getting exactly what I
Mm-hmm.
want, and I know that this is the right step for me.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's really that's what we came up with. That's how it all began, and we can dive through some examples of like use cases that we've done in the past. But I'll let Brian. He's
Yeah.
the host today. He's our
I'm
host,
I'm today's designated host.
so he's gonna walk us through like what's next, and or maybe you can chat a little bit
So
about Bateman's.
yeah, so like the Luca talked about the scale up and how it kind of got connected, and for me, uh, owning Bateman's with my father-in-law Paul,
We'll have him on the pod too.
yeah, he'll come on here, he'll love it.
Yeah.
So like we've been throwing a huge learning curve with Bateman's and how it works. He came from the home hardware background. I have a business degree, so I kind of have some education in terms of how businesses work, but not necessarily the real life aspects of how to manage 12 employees that are all older than you, or how to hire somebody, or like the real life business things that I've had to learn throughout the last few years now. Um, and Bateman's is really special in the way that we're more of a destination. We don't have a lot of foot traffic, but most of the customers that come through already know of Bateman's, what Bateman's does, kind of has expectations of where they're going to be in terms of they're going to get great quality, but they're going to pay a premium price. So, how do we stay with that premium product branding and move forward in terms of technology? And that's kind of where we were always, Luke and I, pitching ideas towards each other of how to do that, whether it more smart cabinets or more kind of techie innovation ways to add to an old school custom cabinet. Um,
Yeah. What really will be that next step to introduce technology into such an old school business?
yeah, for sure. And stay with that luxurious kind of premium market placement.
Yeah, yeah, and I think you guys have done quite a nice job, like starting to add different elements into your cabinets. But it was that whole experience.
Yeah.
Like, even in the past year, while I've kind of joined, while we were building Bateman's, or sorry, while we were building ScaleUp, we were improving Bateman's, like, uh,
Workflow,
yeah,
automations.
introducing technology just to make things a little bit smoother, have it a little bit more digitized
Yeah.
versus what it was,
And,
3 years ago.
and to be fair, like I'm a very much on the road, boots on the ground kind of owner.
Yeah.
I'm not in my office all the time. So how do I get the information that I need from the office on the road?
Yeah. Yeah. Make it as um open up those lines of communications as
Yeah.
best as possible.
So anyway, so we were always talking about business innovation and different things like that, and then Luca phoned, like he mentioned, when he was in Romania one day, and then we kind of, the stars aligned. The idea was good. We thought this is the one. Let's go for it. And then we ended up here. It's all
Yeah.
built. We're just getting started. And then the whole idea of talking, communication, education, because this is such a new idea, it's a little bit more innovative. How do we reach out to the customers? We're like, let's start a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. We're here today.
Like, I don't know what we're doing. We're just talking on mics and it's having some fun and, just trying to, like, basically brand awareness of ScaleUp, what it is, Bateman's what it is, watch us grow, learn as we learn,
Yeah. Well, I like, one of the visions I have is, like, kind of taking this on the road,
Yeah.
and really keeping it as local as we can. Like,
Well, and there's a wealth of
just knowledge and
and expertise just in our area, different home builders, different cabinet shops. Like, I'm all for learning. I love learning. I love talking to other people, seeing how they're doing it. And to me, I go, it's not necessarily about the competition, okay? Because, like,
there's a lot of work out there.
Like, there's enough work out there. I don't need to steal any customers.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to steal any customers, but I just love talking to people and helping people.
Yeah.
Let
yeah.
my shop help yours. Let your shop help mine. Like, we're all in it together at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'd say has been consistent for both of us, and kind of has made the impact in our careers. We've never gone out going, I'm here just to make money. I'm here just because of my selfish needs. It's always kind of been a bit of that. Hey, how can I help you? Because at the end of the day, if I'm helping you, it works out for me. We're helping each other. So,
Always.
and it's shown through both of our careers. Like, I don't think I've been in sales for, since I was 18.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm 28. It's been 10 years.
10 years. 10 years in sales.
Yeah, I've never been that pushy salesman. Maybe right at the beginning, I was like trying to learn. Like, I was like, this is what you got to do. Just push.
Sales.
I remember, and I remember vividly when I was in College Pro and selling painting at the time, like painting services. There was a lady, it was like my second or third year with them, and she wanted her whole house painted. It was up in like the Midland area. They had lots of work to do. And I had gone through and I was like, this is what you should do here, this. And just, she asked a lot of questions and she's like, oh, like, why do you know so much about this? Why are you telling me so much about, like, you're not trying to sell me that, you're just telling me information. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted to do. Like, I don't want to give you something you don't need. Like, if you don't need this painted for, personal preference, like, some things, she had mold and mildew in her bathroom. And I was like, we need to replace some of these and repaint and make it like back to normal. Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, it's education.
Yeah. Education.
And for me, like, I don't like high pressure sales either. And with any of my customers, I hate it. Like, if
you want to use us, you'll use us. You'll see the value. We're not worried about that.
I'm not trying to sell you. I just want you to be happy with what you get at the end of the day. And I want just you to be happy. Yeah. Like, that's just my main goal. I'll do anything to make you happy and we'll get there one way or another.
And to Briar's, you're dinging again. I don't know. Yeah, you think you touched something?
Maybe it's just the wire.
Maybe there's just tick. Okay. Well, I think we're good.
Good.
To Briar's testament, I watched him struggle this year with. We had an ice storm early on. This area got very highly impacted. He was shop closed down fully for about 2 and a bit weeks, and then 94 days.
92 days.
92
But
days.
I wasn't counting.
He was not counting. 92 days. He was on a generator, and
we went through 3 of them.
yeah,
Like back, like a trailered
generator to power like a
diesel
entire
plaza.
So quite intense. He was still here every single day trying to figure out how he can make his shop work given he doesn't have full power, and deliver to customers while he was down. And honestly, I think it was one of the most challenging things that he's gone through. There was people that were upset, didn't understand, but he still delivered. I think you were delayed by 2 weeks, which given the constraints on most things, that's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I think any customer that worked with him saw he was there. He was trying. He was doing anything he could. He went out of his way to deliver cabinets while things were being made. It wasn't as the most efficient for him by any means. He's getting cabinets built, driving up and delivering them piece by piece rather than going, all right, this is going to take us another week and shipping it at once. Customers wanted a chunk to be done. He did it. He didn't. There was no additional charge. There's nothing. He just took it on the chin and said, hey, I want to be there for my customers. I'm going through something, but so is everyone else.
Yeah, no, it was. I say it added like 10 years to my life. Like honestly, like it was the most stressful thing I think I've ever went through, and still going through. Like to this date, like we just finished up a job that we measured for during the ice storm.
Yeah.
So like to put into perspective how far behind it put us was like months behind.
We're in October.
We're in October,
November.
and I measured for it in February. Like that is insane. And our biggest problem was like we have power. We're on a generator. It's got 30 minutes of fuel left in it in the middle of the afternoon. The fuel truck's not here. Do we turn on our machines and risk it surging and wrecking stuff? Because it already wrecked our edge bander. It wrecked our time clock. Like, it's already done damage to machines. So do we want to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in machines breaking down? Yeah. Or do we lose a half a day of production?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then try to tell the customer that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so you lose a half day here, you lose a half day there. Which when you lose a half day, you really lose like a day and a bit for the consistency of getting back into it. You're not running stuff, so you guys got standing around, and they're not really too sure what to do, and it's just
that ramp up and that ramp down.
Yeah,
it all comes into play.
And then fuel truck's there. Okay, guys, let's put our hats on and go to work. Like, it's just it was a totally different level. And the problem too was all hands on deck. I'm on site installing. I'm not sure what's happening at the shop. Power, no power, what they're getting done. I'm trying to make sure customers are happy and we're working through it. Not fun.
Yeah. But I think it really showed, what you're made out of, and that you're there. You're going to grind through it.
Yeah.
There's going to be tough days, but you came out, I'd say, on top. And I think
people starting to breathe again.
Yeah, people respect it when you show up and deliver regardless. You've had to send lots of tough emails and tough conversations,
and turn down customers.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I just can't. I would love to, but I just can't.
Yeah, but we're now getting into 2026. I can't even
2026 coming up.
We're gonna be in 2026, and I think this is going to be the year that really a lot of those things that you've worked towards are going to come to life. And you're really going to see the fruits of your labor at the end of the day. Like, we've talked about this. Anything that you implement, you really only see the results 90 days later. And I think, honestly, if we look back 3 months ago, you were in this tough place.
Yeah.
You were doing everything to improve your workflow, your organization, your throughput, given the stresses. And this week was one of your best weeks in terms of sales, throughput, organization.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like we're coming out on top, and we went through something that most shops probably never would have, and we're going to come out stronger.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I think what's going to happen too, just in today's economy and everything that's happening, even still, the companies that weren't going to make it are going to tank, and the companies that are busy and everything will thrive. And I'm just trying to make sure that we are the thriving side.
100%. 100%.
So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this podcast. I'm excited about ScaleUp. Excited about the future of abatements, and I'm excited to share this all with everybody who watches. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's going to be an exciting couple months starting here, and then an incredible year for 2026.
And this is all new for us. Like, we have no idea what to expect.
We're winging it as much as we can. No, we've got a bit of a plan, but we're it's the beginning. It's just the early stages.
We're new.
Yeah. But we're hoping you guys join us on this ride.
Yeah. Anyways, until next time.
Thank you.
This is us.
Have a great one.
Peace out.
I don't know if the peace out is going to stay in.
Cut.
Cut. Peace.
Stupid.